I've been meaning to write this song for 35 years. I saw something 35 years ago I thought was noteworthy, and I made a mental note to write the song. I was standing on the side of a mountain in northern Vermont, in the darkest of hemlock forest, staring up through towering hemlocks at the sky, at the Milky Way and the northern lights and shooting stars. And it was beautiful. And I could have stood there staring straight up all night long, but it was 15 degrees below zero, and I was done peeing in the snowbank, and it was time to reel it in, zip it up, and go into the bar. And that's where I saw The Thing, which was a bar fight. You thought I was going to say UFO. You're all still looking up. Saw a bar fight, and it's called Angels in the Clouds. And we'll get to why it's called that towards the end. Well, the name of the place was Cafe Banditos. It served authentic Mexican, not microwave Fritos, with live music and beer as cold as a mountain air. And before I tell you about the big fight, let me introduce the players that fateful night, so when I get to the end of the song, you can act like you almost care. First to arrive were the local house rockers, Sneaky Pete and the boot knockers, Nate, Ted's brother Paul, and the drummer du jour. Then clocking in was the bouncer named John, an Irishman with a chest as wide as your lawn, who took position to collect money over by the door. Next to arrive, I'd like to report some tourists rolled in from the local ski resort, dressed in quilted down designer jeans and fancy boots. Sliding in next was Bernie and Dwayne. One was crazy, the other insane, both wearing beat-up thrift store leisure suits. They didn't want Donnie with his new girlfriend. His last relationship had come to an end when he caught his current ex in bed with two ugly truckers. The regular crowd was thirsty and mean, and on a Saturday night it was a hopping scene. And right here's where I don't say nothing that rhymes with truckers. The place was packed when Teresa got there, tipsy and ornery and loaded for bear. Donnie didn't see her. She was his ex, crazy and drunk, and looking for sex. She was just another trucker lover, hell-raising Horatio. That was the bartender. I forgot about him. And then there was me, but I'm just Jim, just a casual observer of the passing parade. Now, I might have mentioned, in case you don't know, outside it had been 15 below, but the thermometer rose to 40 above zero, and then it started to rain. Then it started to rain, yeah, cats and dogs, which produced a pea soup, heavy, thick kind of fog, while the water backed up around that closed barroom door. And inside, well, Teresa saw Donnie on the dance floor, forgot they broke up and called that new girl a whore, and Donnie stepped in, took a punch to the chin. The new girl screamed. Teresa just grinned. Now, you might know that when Teresa fought, the first thing she'd do is yank off her top, then commence to de-blousing her opponent, just to keep things fun. Then someone opened up that barroom door, and 3 inches of water gushed in on the floor, followed by a rolling blanket, fog 3 feet deep. Well, no one saw that 3 inches of water with both girls topless at the start of the slaughter, and the crowd backed up around them like a human donut. Their eyes were glazed. Yeah, people were yelling and bottles were flying. They were slapping and tugging and shouting and crying, and someone called Reverend Jan, of all people depraved. Well, the tits were swinging and so were the fists. Donnie punched the wall twice, broke both his wrists, but the band kept playing. And I looked at Ted. We both shrugged and cocked our heads and returned our gaze to the floor show. Rising from the cloud as to the winner of the fight. I won't use derision. It was concluded by an official local court decision that all involved had lost, got fined, and growled at by the judge. The moral of this tale is quite sincere. Mind your own damn business and just drink your beer. Don't get involved in other folks' drama. There can be no doubt of it. If you see a good fight on a Saturday night, just sit and observe and then ponder and write. Set it to music with chords and commas, and you just might get a decent song out of it.